let's go. Okay.
Save slot 3, 3. Over time, her breathing gradually becomes less. Over time, her breathing gradually becomes less ragged, and color returns to her skin. The incessant shivering comes to an end, her lips stop quivering, and a faint yet peaceful smile appears on her face. While it's still too soon to rest easy, it seems like the girl's While it's still too soon to rest easy, it seems like the girl's going to be just fine. Akashi Yuyuna. Phew. I was worried for a while there, but it looks like things have finally calmed down. Akashi Yuyuna. I guess some dry clothes and a long sleep in a warm cabin were all she needed. Feeling good about myself for having been able to help out, I watch the girl sleep for a while as I contemplate what to do next. Akashi Yuyuna. The snowstorm has died down now, so I should probably have this girl leave as soon as she wakes up. Akashi Yuyuna. Though, I suppose I could at least feed her first. She must be famished after sleeping for so long, and almost freezing to death. Akashi Yuyuna. It would be heartless for me to not at least. Mirroring, groan mm. While I'm in the middle of thinking out loud, the wolf girl finally begins to move. What starts out as a faint groan quickly turns into visible movement on her part. The girl's eyelids twitch, and I can see her lips trembling. In a matter of seconds, she will no doubt open her eyes. Mirroring, mm. Yawn. Mirroring, that was quite a mirroring, a. The girl's eyes open wide as she starts to gain her bearings. Her eyes dart around the room, trying to fill in the blanks of her memory. Mirroring, oh, yes. I remember now. Mirroring, I got caught up in the snowstorm, didn't I? Mirroring, I finally found shelter, but I thought my mind was just playing tricks on me as my body started to shut down. Mirroring, am I really alive? Akashi Yuyuna. You sure are. At least, as far as I can tell. Mirroring, what? The girl jumps in fright as she finally notices my presence. Mirroring, why you are, this is... The girl tries to speak, but fails to formulate a proper sentence. With that being the case, I decide to explain the situation to her, giving her time to calm down. Akashi Yuyuna, I found you in my storeroom, shivering and unconscious on the floor. Akashi Yuyuna, I dried you off and brought you inside, but it was hard to tell if you were going to survive or not. Akashi Yuyuna, your fingertips had already started to turn blue by the time I found you, and your breathing was a complete mess. Listening to my calm explanation, the girl looks down at herself. She pinches her clothing, seemingly surprised at how clean and dry they are. Mirroring, my clothes. Mirroring, did you? I avert my gaze. Akashi Yuyuna, yeah, I did. Akashi Yuyuna, your clothes were wet, and you were at risk of freezing to death. I couldn't just leave you like that. Just like me, the girl blushes and looks away. Wolf girl or not, she must surely be embarrassed to have had her body seen by a stranger, even if it's another girl. rather than adopt an expression of anger, however. Mirroring, ... Thank you. Akashi Yuna, ... Hope. The girl forces herself to look at me once more. With eyes filled with sincerity, she continues to speak. Mirroring, I am a trespasser. Mirroring, I broke into your cabin, intruded in your home, and dared to use your shelter as my own. Mirroring, yet, despite all of that, you went to such lengths for me. Akashi Yuna, oh, yeah, I guess you could look at it that way. Akashi Yuna, it really isn't that big of a deal though. You were caught in the middle of a snowstorm. If I were in your situation, I would have broken in, too. Akashi Yuna, besides, all I did was dry you off and clean your clothes. It's really nothing major. Mirroring, it is something major. Mirroring, if you hadn't taken pity on me, I would have. Before the girl can finish speaking, she's interrupted by the sound of the kettle whistling. Akashi Yuna, it sounds like breakfast is ready. Akashi Yuna, excuse me for a moment. I move away from the girl and head towards the kitchen. Once I set foot in front of the kettle, I grab an additional ceramic bowl for my guest, since she has now woken up. Mirroring, the breakfast. Mirroring, you mean to say that it is now morning? Akashi Yuna, that's right. You were asleep for a solid 12 hours. After emptying 2 packets of instant noodles, one into each bowl, by pouring the boiling water, I then place a fork in each bowl and bring them back into the living room, careful not to let the water spill over the sides. Akashi Yuna, alright, here you go. Akashi Yuna, make sure to give it a few minutes to cook before you eat it. As I set a bowl down on the table in front of the girl, she stares at it quizzically. Mirroring, eat this. Mirroring, what is this? Some kind of soup? Akashi Yuna, kind of. They're instant noodles. Akashi Yuna, all you need to do is put the noodles in a bowl, add hot water, then wait for a couple of minutes. Akashi Yuna, they're quick, easy, warm, and quite tasty. I begin to stir my noodles around with my fork as I speak. Watching me carefully, the girl hesitantly picks up her fork, stares at it for a moment, then mimics my action. Akashi Yuna, yeah, that's good. Just like that. Akashi Yuna, you've got to stir them up a little so that the flavoring is distributed evenly. Mirroring, the flavoring. Akashi Yuna, it adds additional flavor to the otherwise bland noodles. Akashi Yuna, have you ever eaten instant food before? The girl shakes her head. Mirroring, I'm familiar with many aspects of human culture, including some which our respective races do not share. Mirroring, even so, instant food is an entirely new concept to me. Akashi Yuna, island? Is that right? I stare at the girl in total surprise as she responds with unexpected eloquence. Far from my mental image of half-humans being savages, this girl seems to be more human than wolf. Mirroring, oh my goodness. I just realized something. Mirroring, I've been preying on your kindness, yet I haven't even given my name, or asked for yours. Akashi Yuyuna. Oh. Yeah. I guess you're right. Akashi Yuyuna. It doesn't really matter though. It's not like you'll be staying. Mirroring, I am Mirroring. Mirroring, my pack resides on the other side of this mountain. I was away from the pack when the snowstorm hit, and I wound up being unable to return to them. Mirroring, thank you again for taking care of me. Speaking almost too quickly for me to understand her, Mirroring introduces herself in the panic. She takes a few quick breaths immediately afterwards, then finally begins to calm down once again. Akashi Yuyuna. Pleased to meet you, Mirroring. Akashi Yuyuna. My name is Akashi Yuyuna. I've been living in this cabin by myself for Mirroring, Akashi Yuyuna. Akashi Yuyuna. Why yes. Mirroring, Akashi Yuyuna. Akashi Yuyuna. Akashi Yuyuna. Akashi Yuyuna. Mirroring, okay, that ought to do it. Akashi Yuyuna. Do what, exactly? Mirroring, mem. Mirroring, oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to interrupt. Mirroring, human names all sound so strange to me. If I don't repeat them out loud, they're too difficult to remember. Akashi Yuyuna. Oh, I see. Akashi Yuyuna. Anyway, Mirroring. Mirroring, yes. Akashi Yuyuna. Akashi Yuyuna. I think it's ready now. Mirroring, hope. I glance down at our food. The noodles have begun to expand after absorbing some of the water, and the steam rising from the bowls has lessened considerably. If we're going to eat our fill, now is the time. Mirroring, oh. Why yes. Of course. Mirroring, Mirroring picks up her fork and takes another look at the bowl. She raises her fork out of the bowl and licks the water off it, as though she was trying to eat soup with a fork. After watching Mirroring do this a couple of times, I interrupt her. Akashi Yuyuna, you can drink the water last, after you've eaten all of the noodles. Akashi Yuyuna, just watch me and do what I do. Under Mirroring's watchful gaze, I pick up my fork. After pushing it into a clump of noodles and turning the fork a few times, I raise my fork to my mouth. I take a big mouthful and happily begin to chew the warm, filling noodles. Mirroring, I see. The food is submerged, and the water is too hot to touch, so you use a tool to bring the food to your mouth. Akashi Yuyuna, munch pretty much. Akashi Yuyuna, now, why don't you give it a try? Mirroring, and me. Akashi Yuyuna, of course. That's why you were watching me, remember? Akashi Yuyuna, don't worry, it's dead simple. Just get some noodles on the end of the fork and bring it to your mouth. Mirroring, okay. Mirari, I'll give it a try. Mirari nervously picks up her fork once more. Mimicking my actions to the best of her ability, Mirari clumsily scoops up a large number of noodles. She then raises her utensil, at which point most of the noodles slip off her fork and fall back into the bowl beneath. Luckily for Mirari, however, a couple of noodles manage to hang onto the utensil, and after quickly examining the foreign food one more time, Mirari hesitantly places them in her mouth. Mirari, Akashi Yuna, is it good? Mirari, this is... Mirari, this is delicious. It's absolutely amazing. Mirari, how can something this tasty be cooked in such a short period of time? She seriously doesn't know. Akashi Yuna, ha ha. You're exaggerating. Akashi Yuna, I like instant noodles as much as the next person, but at this point, I'm pretty sure you're hungry enough that even stale bread would taste good. Akashi Yuna, anything tastes good when you're hungry, you know. The moment I finish speaking, the faint grumbling emanates from Mirari's stomach. Saves. The moment I finish speaking,